So, excuse that me, I've had quite worrying news off the dentist. I don't know if you saw my post earlier, but that lump in my mouth, I've got to go for a biopsy. Anyway, I've just heard the news that the body is that of Sarah Everard. I knew it was. Spirit box told me that days ago. And yet again, I'm sitting here furious that police don't use people like me. How many times do I have to prove that what I do is extremely accurate? Sorry, I'm just speechless really. I'm missing my tooth right now. Sorry, I don't even care. I know hardly anybody watches my stuff. Whatever, I don't care. But if you do, you'll know that my missing and murder cases that I do, they're always correct. In this case, the family have been given closure within a week. That's bad enough, but a lot of cases, my speech is likely to go as well, sorry, ignore that. A lot of these cases, they don't find out what's happened for months, years, and I'm sitting here knowing what's happened. Example, the local murder case with that young lad. I knew within 5 days everything, names, the names of the two shitheads that had done it, everything. I don't know if you watched all that. But within 5 days of his murder, I had all the answers. I was sitting there with all the answers. And his poor mother did not get to find out what happened to him for, rather who did it, for over a year. But I had all the answers. What am I supposed to do? Go to the police and say, yeah, honestly, I'm not a nut job, but I've got all the answers. If they took notice of people like me, you know, his mother would have had the answers and she'd have had closure within a week, not over a year. And other cases, like, I'm trying to think, what other ones have I done? The Libby Squire case, I had all the answers to that within days. Trying to think, I do so many of them. People ask, probably thinking, well, why do it? Why do I do this if there's no point? It's because I'm told to do it. I don't know why I'm told to do it. I'm told to do it. And excuse me, it's distressing, but also there's some hope in the back of my mind that one day police will use people like me, and this is why I build up all my proof that I can do it. And you know, people are probably thinking, oh yeah, right, you know, you've this is all fake and you've made this up. Well, if you watch my stuff, you see my spirit box is alive. If the police want to check my work, they can take my phones, they can take my memory cards. They've got ways of finding out if stuff's been tampered with or dates have been changed, and they'll find that it hasn't been. I'm just speechless that in this day and age they just twiddle their thumbs. There's loads of cold cases sitting there, like the cold case from the next village up from here. The man has been gone nearly 30 years, right? His daughter doesn't know to this day what's happened to him. I do. How many times have I been up to his murder site? Not murder site. Well, yeah, it is. I know where he is. I have all the answers. I've even got him speaking on EVP. We even found bones up there, by the way, which I couldn't really speak about at the time, and we had to call the police. And nearly 30 years. Yeah, if the police looked through all my stuff I've done up there, all the work I've done up there, they would have the answers to what happened to him. And his daughter would have closure. Right? What other case have I done? Trying to think. You just need... You know, this is the problem. No one looks at my stuff. Whatever. People would rather play Facebook games. That's up to them, of course. But it just seems like a waste of my time in lots of ways. But still, I do it. What other cases? There was the case of the girl that do you remember Sophie Smith? No, the one before that. No, there's 2 blonde girls in 1 year. Do you remember my alarm kept going off and alerting me weird stuff? And I saw the photo of the girl by the wall, and I said, she's there. They will find her there. And they did. And do you remember she had hypothermia? I've found living people using the same method. What I do is unique. It's not what other psychics do. I can do it intuitively. In fact, I use both methods. I use lots of methods. That's why I'm unique. I'm not boasting, but it is true. What I do is different. You see, I understand why the police don't want to use psychics. They probably get a billion psychics going, oh, I know what's happened to so-and-so, and they don't. They just think they do. So, yeah, the police aren't going to bother with dealing with that shit. Everyone and their dog thinking they're psychic. Police, why don't they hold auditions, like each local force, and say, if you're psychic and you can prove it and you've got a good track record, then we will have you in on murder and missing cases. Like, I can prove it till the cows come home that I can do this, and then they could have me on standby and use me, and I will gladly help them. I don't want the glory. I don't want money. I would not accept money for that. That is wrong. Yeah, they would probably have to pay my expenses. That's fair enough. But I'm sitting here getting distressed with this stuff that I see this stuff in my head. I see what happens to these people. Yeah, I am put here to do that. Does that make sense? Don't know. Does it? I don't know. So it's all very well saying, block it out. No, I can't. It's my mission, I suppose. It's why I'm here. Whatever. I sound nutty. I don't even care. And I don't know how it works. It was the rock stars that led me to using the spirit box. Thank you, rock stars. And And that's my method, and it works, and I don't know how it works. And day in, day out, I sit here going, what the fuck? How is this doing this? I don't know. It's, well, it's obviously me doing it in a way. They're using, you know, the spirit box isn't going to work on its own. You wouldn't sit the spirit box down and walk off and it would give all the answers. I have to be here. I have to, be its aerial. That's it. It has to work through me, so it kind of is me doing it. But the waiting, like with this case of this girl, I was sitting here going, I know the spirit box is right. It's just a matter of days before I find out. Sorry about my speech. I'm stressed. This is really setting my ticks off. Yeah, I'm like, I know it's only a matter of time before it comes out that it's right. You saw, if you watched it, you saw when I posted the spirit box stuff about this poor girl. And today it's out. It definitely is her. Sadly. Poor girl. And it says on the spirit box the method of her death. It could be wrong. It's never usually. So now I have to wait and see if that's correct. Sorry, I'm chuffing like a trooper because I'm just really, I'm really pissed off with it. I've got my neighbour doing DIY. That's setting my ticks off and my migraines. And I'm really worried about this lump in my mouth. Anyway, Beardy's gone out. I can't even tell him because he's got no reception. Hold on. So now I wait to find out if the spirit box or me, whatever's doing it through me, is correct with the manner of this poor girl's murder. And if you don't know how to read my spirit box work yet, I'm going to have to tell you what it said. And how it works. It's basic. Because it said not. Obviously, that's telling me strangulation with a ligature. It pointed out the word orange. It made a point of saying orange. That could symbolise that shithead copper's beard because it's red. But also it was pointing out that her scarf was orange. So I believe he may have used that. And it also kept making a point of saying hand and fingers, which leads me to believe, this is horrible, I'm sorry, that that's her trying to pull it off. So yes, I do believe it was ligature strangulation. Mattress was said, I do believe. So I believe he probably killed her in his bedroom. That's why the police were searching the bedroom. And neighbours say, what was it? Apparently they were yelling at him that he'd thrown something out the window, which I believe might have been her scarf. I don't know why I believe that. And also, this is horrible to say, but it took them days to find out it was her, so I believe she may have been dismembered because the word jigsaw was said. It's all cryptic. Also, I watch a lot of murder programs. So you've got the word saw in there. And I believe he did this at the garage that was mentioned where he used to work, that's owned by his dad. And Doug, so the word Doug was mentioned. So she was possibly in a shallow grave, or he'd tried to hide her belongings, possibly. What else said? Sadly burned. He may have tried to hide who she was like that. And this is why it's took them this long to confirm it's her, because and when they said remains, they said remains, not body, to start with, which meant she hadn't been gone long enough for her to be bones. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this is horrible. I'm so sorry, but yeah, he tried to dispose of her. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and the wife, I don't know how much involved she is, but being she worked as a lab technician, that's interesting. She may have got him some chemicals. Don't know. Shithead. But you see how it was right all along, and it said paint. The paintball centre was mentioned and searched. You know, how does it know this stuff? Or is it me that knows this stuff? And then it comes out on the box. You know, I don't know how it works. It just does. But again, I'm just utterly sick and furious. That police don't use people like me. Why? Because they don't want us to solve their cases. Well, do you know what? I would solve their cases and not even want anyone to know about it. I don't care. It's not like I want fame or anything out of this. That's not why I do it. Sorry, it looks a bit weird that I don't look at the camera. It's the aspergers thing, because I don't even like eye contact with myself. So we wait to see if the rest of the box was right. I did another one last night to see if what had happened with this copper being beaten up. Ooh, wrinkles. Sorry. I did another one last night to see what had happened with the copper being beaten up, and to confirm if it really was her. And you know what? I can't even remember what it said, because I was extremely worn out from days of this. It takes a lot out of me as well. It kind of emotionally drains me and sets off my CFS. It starts, if I do it for too long, it shuts my brain down and then sets off my ticking and migraines. And then we've got the bloody neighbour doing DIY, so that really helps. So I wasn't, and I still hadn't posted all the rest of the stuff to match what I had from the first box about the policeman. And I thought I'll have a couple of days rest. And I literally just checked the news and saw that it's sadly her. So poor girl. I just wish that it's ironic. I hate the police for various personal reasons, but I still wish I could help them with these things. You know, my name never gets around anyway, because I do these good sessions with contacting people's relatives and stuff. They never seem to. They all say how good it is, but they never seem to pass me on to other people. I don't know. I don't want to do publicity. I just want. I was hoping for word of mouth type thing. People take and then people take the mickey. They don't. I don't charge them when I should, and sorry, I'm having a mega rant. And then I know people think, oh, why am I wasting my time on this rock star stuff? Well, because that's my thing. Because I've always been around musicians, and they led me into this spirit box thing. And oh, sorry, tired. And I'm big on the exposing the music industry, and I was and the musicians that were murdered by the music industry are the ones that are attracted to me. And sometimes they must be up there going, every time one dies or is murdered, it's almost like they're up there going, oh yeah, go down there, see her, she's good, she'll chat to you, she'll find out what happened to you, she'll tell everyone what happened to you. It's like that. It's weird. You know, this is. I probably would have been a detective anyway, a normal detective. I was trying to get in the police because of my granddad. He was a policeman, and they wouldn't let me in because of my knees. I would have been a copper anyway, even though I hate them. I know that's the recent thing. Me and Beardy were watching a detective show over the last few nights. He's getting good at it now, and we were just absolutely raging because this. It was a long story. I won't tell you it all, but it was 2 black women who were murdered in their homes, professional black women, and it was up in their bedrooms, and it was obvious it was a male escort, and like they still didn't get it on this program. But we're like, oh, for fuck's sake, how hard is it? So a lot of this isn't psychic. I'm the first to say that. A lot of it isn't psychic work. It's just my ability to do detective work from watching so many murder programs and reading murder books because I'm a fucking weirdo. But that comes from I know where I got that from, living near Dennis Nielsen. Anyway, I'm gonna have a rest. Excuse the state of me. Like I said, I'm a bit distressed about this having to have a biopsy. Just what I need. And I'm totally worn from this psychic work about this case, because people don't get that. It takes it out of you. And I'm very sad about this girl. And I wish the police would listen to people like me and accept our help and get with the times and realise that psychic work works. We're not all loonies. Some of us can actually do it. So I shall do an update when we find out how the poor girl was killed. But if you haven't watched any of my spirit box sessions, they are worth a watch. They're interesting and they are unusual. Now, I've never seen anyone else work the way I do, and I have got friends on my friends list who've had readings done like that, and unless they're lying, apparently it works. And I've actually had ones sit with me while I do it, and it's apparently been successful. I've had really good ones. Oh, sorry, I'm still going on. I've done really good ones with my cousin when she lost 2 people in a few months, and she nearly fell through the floor because I did it as she was sitting there with me, and she couldn't believe the stuff it was coming up with, stuff that I didn't know about these people. Anyway, I'm going now. Thank you for listening if you did. That is my rant. And poor girl, hope her family can get some closure now. They can get her back. Tragic. And I hope that copper gets the fullest amount of years they can give him